What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the latest episode of the Knee Jerk Reaction Post-Game Show, hosted by myself, SimFBallCritic, live from the Steel Basement. This is Week 14. The Pittsburgh Steelers paying back the Cleveland Browns. Steelers got their payback. Of course, you guys probably already know that, but welcome, man. Welcome. I told you guys that I still would bring a show to you. Told you I would still bring a show to you, even though I didn't get a chance to watch the game in real time. I was watching my little man. They had a game today. Didn't win the game today, man. They didn't win their game today. It's funny. Yesterday, right? They won their game 52-1. 52-1. And then today they turn around and lose a game by 8, super low scoring game. The offense just wasn't going. And they lost today. And this is school ball, just giving you guys an update. This is the school ball. They're on a little bit of a break with AAU. Their next AAU tournament isn't until the end of the month. But anyway, let's get to the Steelers news, guys. But like I told you guys, happy that you guys are hanging in there with me. It's good to see some of you guys in the chat. I told you that I would be late doing this show. I did rewatch the game. I watched the replay. Hey, I didn't even wait for the condensed version. I watched the full replay right after the game ended, and I just skipped all of the commercials and all of that, and I was able to digest the full game, took my notes as if I had watched it, and now I'm here to talk about it with you guys. So hello, good, wonderful people. Let's say hello to all of the early commenters in the chat. Last night, man, hopefully some of you guys got to see it. I did do the before play video. I did it as a stream. Some of you guys came and hung out with me last night. I know Saturday night is a little touchy. People are out and about, with their lives and things like that. But, if you want to go back and rewatch that, fine. But just giving you guys a heads up, sometimes I will do those as streams as opposed to an uploaded video. And my bad, guys. I just can't always commit to the day. I try to do it on Friday, but sometimes it leans into Saturday because I have a super busy schedule. And also my good people here that I see, my family, extended family members, I'm going to bring you all 22 footage from both this game and last week because I still owe you Cincinnati footage, so stay tuned for that. But all right, man, let's get to it. Mr. Elman, the infamous Tim, Victory Asher, Mark Cunningham, hello, Odessa, another one of our beautiful, lovely ladies of Steeler Nation. Hello, Odessa, good to see you. Happy to see you here live. Always good to see you guys. Lay out the red carpet for the ladies. Make sure you take care of them. Treat them with tender love and care. 412 born and raised. CT Pittman. What's up, CT? What's up, Mark? Might have already said Mark's name, but I'm saying what's up again. Sade, another one of our lovely, beautiful ladies of the chat. Good to see you as well, Sade, guys. Make sure you say hello. Who else we got? The Master of Music. Eric McDuffie, Vista Light. Good brother Kenyon in the building. Pop in the building. Leonard Langley, in case you guys don't know who Pop is. He's in the building. Will I Am. Lawrence Holcomb. Another one of our beautiful, lovely ladies of Steeler Nation. Angie, a.k.a. Baby Steeler. What's going on, Baby Steeler? Always good to see you as well. Representing. Who else? Dark Realm is in here. Afro Thunder is in the building. Who else? My man, Daron is in the building. What's going on? You guys keeping an eye on that Bills game? Man, what a play that they just made a few moments ago to Shakira. But I was texting Kenyon and telling him, the Rams, they really trying to live by that any given Sunday, huh? They trying to win that thing. It's what I always tell you guys, man. It's any given Sunday. All right, so we got a good crowd up in here so far tonight, about 51 live listeners. So let's go ahead and get to the business so I don't have to hold you guys too long. Giving y'all a side note, I got film study to watch with my little man. Yes, I record the games and we go through film study. I show him what he did well. I show him things where he can improve. I understand he's 11 years old, guys, but listen, this is how you instill that mentality into your kid. That dog into him, showing him, yeah, you did a great job. Praise him for his greatness, but I'm like, look, we could do this better. I need more of this. I need more of that. For any of you guys and gals who got young ladies, young men playing sports, you got to do that. Be involved. Let the coaches coach, but be involved. Be involved. Right? Don't just let them go play. Be involved. That's how they become great. You got to instill that. But let's get to it, guys. Where are we? First and foremost, we're going to do first drive, and we're going to do first defensive series like we always do. Oh, hold on. Round of applause is in order for Deron, guys. Round of applause, Deron. Did y'all see his comment there? Deron says we have another Steelers fan coming in June next year. Man, congratulations. A tip of the hat to you, man. Congratulations to you and your lovely partner welcoming another life into this world, man. Congratulations to you. I don't know if this is your first, your second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know, but a new life is a blessing, man. So congratulations to you, man. Congrats. All right, let's get to the Steelers news, guys. So listen, here we are, man. Steelers took the ball first. So the first offensive drive didn't go great. I'm sick and tired of this. I know we've had a game or two where we haven't had disappointment, but we had way too many drives like this. Way too many drives like this one that I'm about to outline. So Russell Wilson gets the Browns to jump off sides. That was cool. So we put ourselves into a 1st and 5. Right after that, Najee Harris picks up 3 yards on the 1st and 5. Right after that, we do a play action to MyCole Pruitt on the next play and lost a yard, right? Play action to Pruitt, lost a yard. So now we're faced with a 3rd and 3. And on 3rd and 3, Russell Wilson is unable to connect to Mike Williams downfield. And the Steelers, I notated, takes a deep shot on the 3rd and 3. And they go 3 and out. They go 3 and out. Oh, my man, Deron, woo, boy. He said they got 6 all together. Man, congrats to you and yours, because y'all are doing a phenomenal job if you're able to maintain that. That's dope, man. That's dope. Family is love, man. You know, me and my wife, even now, after 11 years, we saying to ourselves, you think we should have another one? Never really intended on only having one, man. We always thought we would have one, 2, maybe 3, and time just kind of got away from you. You know what I mean? And now you're kind of looking at it like, are they too far apart? Some people say yes. Some people say no. Hey, I know people who siblings are 16, 17, 18 years apart. I don't think it really matters. I would like to have had it earlier if we were going to do it, but whatever happens, happens. I'm here for it. But congrats to you and your family, man. That's dope. So yeah, like I said, they go 3 and out. We've seen this story way too many times. I mean, we all could write the ending to that story, right? So then what does the defense do? Quite often what the defense has done for us this year. TJ Watt, right off the bat, tackle for loss, 5 yards. 5-yard TFL by TJ Watt, just attacking the play, man, and getting the running back down in the backfield. I believe it was Nick Chubb. I don't believe it was Ford, but I think it was Chubb on that play. And then right after that, Alex Highsmith ends the drive on a 3rd and 15 with a sack. Good to see Alex Highsmith back in the fold, making his presence known early and often. And like I said, getting a sack that early in the game. And what do you know? The Steelers defense pitches a 3 and out. So now let's get into the key moments, shall we? There was a big run by Najee Harris on the first play of, I have the second half here, but I don't think that's right. I think I meant second drive. So I was typing fast. But anyway, y'all remember the play. There was a big play by Najee Harris. I believe that was on the Steelers' second drive. Key block by Van Jefferson on the backside, and it was nice blocking downfield by Scotty Miller as well as Skoranek. And a legal formation essentially killed the drive. So I wanted to notate that. I think at that point, Steelers had to kick a field goal, if I'm not mistaken. But that illegal formation essentially killed the drive. We were unable to continue to drive and had to settle for a field goal. So at that point, the Steelers are up 3-0. Round of applause. Really quick, man, to the last king of Scotland. We appreciate the Wonder Bread. Thank you very much. He says 3 tight ends and number 22. Don't mix. Put 30 in there. I agree with a portion of your statement. I don't like seeing the Really do not like seeing all of these 3 tight end sets. It really drives me crazy with Najee back there. And I understand what you're saying about putting Warren in there, but my beef with the 3 tight end set is the plays that we run out of it. Like we just line up and run it. So I don't know if it would change much if Jaylen Warren was out there. We just put too much. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, y'all telling me Shakira got another one? Let me see. Wow, he is balling. Okay, Shakira. But yeah, man, I don't like it, period. I don't like the plays that we call out of that formation. How about that? That's what it is with me. I just don't like the play calls that we call out of that formation. So I don't think it would matter if Jaylen Warren was back there either. Because we're too predictable when we go with that set, or when we go 22, or when we go 12. Too predictable, man. Too predictable. But anyway, guys, let's keep it moving. So again, that was a nice drive, nice run by Najee Harris, great blocking by Jefferson, great blocking downfield by Miller and Skoranek, but the Steelers were unable to finish with a touchdown. They got a field goal. Another key moment. I wrote this. DeMonte KZ almost had an interception. Hit his hands. Probably could have picked it off. But he almost had a pick, and that was on that first touchdown drive by the Browns, which I believe was their second drive. Jameis escapes the pocket, and he ends up finding Jerry Jeudy in the back of the end zone. And Jeudy just runs right through the zone, man. And I think even commentators, I want to say it was Tony Romo, even outlined how, Jeudy just ran right between the zone. And Dante Jackson has that outside area. Got to squeeze that down a little bit, guys. You really do. Like, if you saw the illustration in real time, or if you guys watch the 22 when it comes out, that's what I'd be talking about how we play zone sometimes. Like, I get it. I get what your responsibility is, quote unquote, when you're in zone, but you have to pay attention to the threat. You can't just let a fast guy or a deep route guy just run through the zone without squeezing that down and making that a tighter window. Yeah, they had a guy or two in the flat further upfield, but you can't let this guy run through like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like sometimes when we play zone, we play it so loosely. We just play it too loosely, man, in my opinion, at times. Or maybe it's certain players within the zone. It might be the way they're playing it. Because we see a couple of other guys have a pretty good, play pretty well in the zone. But just kills me sometimes to see that. But it is what it is, man. Jameis able to put up a touchdown. But like I said, that KZ pick would have ended that drive. So that was a key moment for sure. The next thing I wrote, speaking of interceptions, big boy Keanu Benton. Keanu Benton gets himself an interception in the second quarter. And what an outstanding play by Benton, just reading that screenplay. And that's what I'm saying, man. That's an impact play by an impact player, right? Read it. And not only did he read it, he got underneath it. Like, kind of followed Jameis's eyes, but he got underneath it, got back in position, and picks it off. Your D tackle. We just talked about Keanu Benton last week. Remember I said Keanu Benton is starting to be a guy that you see every week. He makes some type of play, no matter how big or small. He makes some type of play that you remember. Where here he goes making the ultimate play. Here he goes making the ultimate play. And I stopped because I'm looking here in the chat. I agree with Kenya. Let me just say this wholeheartedly. You cannot play man the entire game, guys. You have to mix man and zone. You have to throw disguise coverages. You have to do multiple coverages. The thing is just that it's the way the Steelers play their zone, like as far as how our players are playing within the zone. Zone coverage can work. But it just seems like sometimes our guys are out of position or they don't play it well. Not the entire defense. It's just a few guys here and there. So they just got to be better at playing it. But I absolutely agree with Kenyon. You absolutely cannot play man the entire game. I mean, come on. You can't tip your hand like that. But yeah, what an outstanding play by Benton, man. And of course, that set up the Steelers touchdown run with Najee Harris. At that point, Steelers scoring off of a turnover. That's always wonderful. Steelers right at that point is at 10-7 in favor of the Steelers. Round of applause, man, to brother man, to you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Wonder Bread. Thank you so much. It did. Absolutely did, man. Alex Highsmith's return was big. Big difference, and it definitely is absolutely nice to have him back. You're absolutely right. Shout outs to Brent Fox as well, man. Extended family member for 38 months. We're going to read his comment. He says, salute Sim, Steelers family, and chat. Good win, but lots to work on. We got to stop running with big personnel on first down. Man, you talking my language, Brent. We just got to stop, dog. In certain situations, Arthur Smith has got to get out of his own way. Stop being so predictable, bro. Even if you want to run it out from outside of the big packages. Line up in shotgun, line up in pistol. Just don't do that. It's too predictable, man. And I just feel like it's going to bite you in the butt one of these days, man. We got to stop that. Got to stop that. But let's continue on. Another key moment of the game, man. Woods was called for an offensive pass interference deep in the Steelers' territory. It was on third down. Forced the Browns to kick a field goal attempt, which was missed. That was significant. Steelers go right down and score on the very next drive. It was a nice pass, play action pass to Jefferson. Great play call. Great play call, Arthur Smith. I'm going to give you a round of applause for that one. The reason why I'm going to applaud Arthur Smith on that play call, not just because it worked, but I wrote here verbatim, great play call based on where you were on the field. At that position of the field, that down and distance where we were relative to the goal line, that was an excellent play action call. Because it got Russell on the move, he could have handed it off, he could have kept it, could have dumped it in the flat, or threw it to Jefferson. And it popped wide open. So I'm not saying that was a great call because it worked. I'm just saying it was a great time to call that. At that point of the game where you were and down the distance relevance to the end zone, it was the perfect call. And it worked. So that's what I look at with play callers, because y'all have heard me say it a million times. Even when plays don't work, you'll hear me say, man, that was a great call. We just didn't execute it. Excellent time. Excellent play call on that touchdown to Van Jefferson. At that point, it's 20-7. The next thing we'll talk about really quick. Steelers stopped the Browns on a 4th and 1. That was huge. Big time stop by Roberts. Williams makes a big catch on the very next drive to get the Steelers down to the red zone. And then Wilson ends the drive with a dot. I mean, what a throw to move. Outstanding throw by Russell Wilson. Big time throw. I mean, he put that thing in between traffic, put it right where it needed to be. At that point, the Steelers go up 27-7. As I checked my phone, I had just talked to Kenyon because at that time I was still away from home. And I saw that we were up. I said, whoa, 27-7. How much time left? I said, oh, we should be able to put this one away right at the end of the third quarter. I'm thinking we should be able to put this game away. Next key moment. Cordero Patterson fumbles with under 6 minutes left in the game. But right after that, like the defense has done so many times this year, they make some type of play. James Pierre, of all people, in the right place at the right time, Jameis Wilson tries to force a ball in the seam, overthrows it. James Pierre is right there for the pick. And not only does he get the pick, he gets up and gets some yak after that. And that was an outstanding play, man. Outstanding. And I wrote here, that essentially killed the Browns' chances of any type of comeback because at that point, it was under 4 minutes left in the game. But as you would have it, the Steelers go 3 and out. They go 3 and out. But then Tony muffs the punt. And Steelers are able to recover, man. Shout outs to Skoranek. Again, this guy's name is just popping up everywhere, whether it's blocking or making special teams plays. And at that point, the game was over. Didn't really chronologize, the whole part of of them scoring their second touchdown. I mean, y'all know why they scored the second touchdown. It's what we always do. The Steelers play soft and play soft coverage and soft zone, allow them to march down the field. And I know the idea behind it is to make them utilize the clock. I get it. I hate seeing that. I wish teams would just play the same way they've been playing all game. I mean, I understand the principle from any coach is to say, hey, let's just make them eat clock. One touchdown or one field goal isn't going to kill us. I get it. But just visually, I hate seeing that. When something and things have been working, I like to see us continue to do what we've been doing. Round of applause to Brother Man. More Wonder Bread on the plate. I thank you, brother. He said, how was your son's game today? And more schemes from Mike Williams. Game didn't turn out too great today, man. They lost today by 8 points. Very low scoring game. So they lost today. They won yesterday, and it's so crazy. Yesterday, would y'all believe it? They beat the team 52-1. They played outstanding yesterday. And today they just didn't play well. Like their offense, they missed every free throw. They probably had, if I just rough count, it was like 12 free throws, and they didn't make any of them. Even that alone would have won the game because the other team really only scored off of fouls. They only scored like 2 or 3 real buckets. Just a horrible game today. But hey, man, I think they needed that. I think they needed that wake-up call because they cruised by yesterday, probably was feeling themselves, and they just played terrible today. Offense had no life. But thanks for asking. But yeah, man, we definitely need to get Mike Williams more involved now that he's gotten a game under his belt where he had to be out there. I think there's ways to get him and GP on the field together. Absolutely. I wanted to comment on something real quick. I saw the Master of Music. He says, I wouldn't do office visits today. Well, in most cases, I would agree with you. But there is one guy that I'm going to bring into the office just really quick. Really quick. I got to. Because we got to have at least one, right? Come on in here, Cordero Patterson. Come on in here. Really quick, sir. I'm here to tell you that you haven't really done much when you've touched the ball since the Indianapolis Colts drive. I'm not even going to say game because you got hurt in that game. Haven't done much. I mean, you might have made a play here, there. You made a nice, decent run last week. But you have really been ineffective. And the reason why I'm calling you into this office, you cannot fumble the ball in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes left on the clock, sir. You just can't. You just can't. You just can't. And that's why I've called you into this office. You just can't. Plain and simple. You cannot fumble the ball with 6 minutes left in the game where we are in the position to, we're in position to put the game away. So, especially when you haven't been that effective whenever you've been in the game. And I know this ain't your fault, but a lot of times when you're in the game, you kind of tip the defense as to what we're doing. But that's all I got. That's all I got. Now, I see some of you guys calling for somebody else to be in the office. Why not? One more real quick one. Come on in here, number 24. Come on. Now, I'm only going to spend about 30 seconds with you, number 24. I'm not calling you in the office for the reason that some people here in the chat are asking for, because you got a penalty. Because we're used to that. But I'm calling you in the office because you did get another penalty in a week in which you know your name had been taken away. You're down. You're number 24. So I would have thought that you would have came out and had a game. And I'm not going to say you had a horrible game. However, I saw you. I saw you early in that game. I got it written right here. Let me get the notes. In my defensive recap, I wrote Number 24 gives up the inside to Elijah Moore on the Browns' second possession, in which they scored a touchdown on that drive. I don't know if it's you or the coaches, maybe Tomlin, maybe Austin, but I still don't understand why we give up the inside position so much. We just give the receivers the inside. But you, my friend, needing a bounce back game, you didn't do anything for any of us in the fan base to say, okay, he's back. If you did anything at all, you made us say, yeah, well, there he is. You knew he had to get himself a penalty, a stupid penalty at that. A stupid penalty, an after the play penalty. You're dismissed. You're still number 24. Don't end up being 24. I would suggest you get your name back. Because right now, after I watch the film, maybe I'll see some other things that you did, but just can't get that penalty, sir. So that, my friend, is the reason why you have been called into the office. All right, guys, really quick, man. I'm just going to give some recaps, man. Just some light recaps that I wrote. Then I'll chop it up in the chat with y'all for a bit, and then we'll be out of here, man. Not too long today. Offensive, well, let's do defensive. Defensive recap, I said, defense got off the field a lot in the first half. They got off the field a lot, whether it was a 3-and-out or a 5-and-out or whatever you want to call it. They got off the field quite often early in the game, particularly the first half, where when the offense wasn't really doing much, defense hung in there, and they had a great showing today. Great bounce back by the defense, giving up 38 points last week to a Bengals team, and you only surrender 14 points today against the Browns. I applaud them. You shut the Browns down with clear skies, decent weather. The Browns was living all on their high horse. This is what I don't understand about you Browns. And I hope the Browns themselves and even the Browns fans hear this. I don't understand why y'all was so ecstatic when y'all became 3-8 by winning the game in the snow, as if your season was going to do anything. I mean, it's okay to beat your division rival and all your division foe. I get all of that. But the way y'all was talking cash money. I mean, chirping. We gonna do this, we gonna do that. They can't mess with us. What? And then you come out there today and get punched in the mouth in the second half. It's exactly what you deserve. Round of applause, man, to Baby Still. Appreciate the Wonder Bread. Man, Keanu's interception was wonderful. Outstanding play. I have nothing else to say about it. That was an outstanding play from a D tackle, just reading the fact that it's not only reading that it's a screen, but then reading the quarterback eyes, then getting yourself in position to get in between the receiver and quarterback and picking it off and getting some yak. Outstanding job by Keanu Benton. I told you guys that he is becoming one of those dudes who are making some type of play every game. And that's the type of stuff that Cam Hayward does, as he gets his 2 sacks today. Shout outs to Captain Cam. Keanu is becoming one of those guys. Keep your eye on him. Beautiful. Let's see. What else do I have on the offense as far as my light recap? The defense. Already talked about Joy Porter Jr. I wrote here too, man, and Landon Roberts was playing very physical out there early in the first quarter. And he put number 55. I don't know if that's their center or whatever position he plays. Y'all remember that play where he put that dude on his keister? Dog. That's what I'm talking about. Like my boy Tony would say, he be bussing out there. Put homeboy down on his butt. Love it. But then not only that, the big play on 4th and 1, man, to shoot the gap and tackle for loss. Gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. I appreciate that from Landon Roberts, because, again, Landon Roberts is kind of becoming the forgotten guy because he's not on the field as much. You know, of course, we've been playing a lot of nickel package, sub package, and Peyton Wilson has been the guy alongside Patrick Queen. So shout out to, man, to Landon Roberts coming in and doing his job and staying ready. Staying ready. Love it. Love it. Beautiful stuff by Mr. Roberts. Let's see what else I wrote. Deshaun Elliott is playing great football, man. Once again, have not checked the stats, but I'm pretty sure he's high on the tackle list because, I mean, just off of first watch, I feel like I saw at least 8 or 9 tackles from him, maybe more. And again, I wasn't counting them. Just remember the amount of times that I saw Deshaun Elliott around the ball, around the catch, had a nice PBU in the game. Yeah, and Njoku did get the touchdown late in the game. Great throw by Jameis. You know, it was basically a wheel route. Deshaun Elliott got himself in position. They threw that thing back shoulder. Excellent execution. Not going to put that on Deshaun Elliott to say, oh, it was a bad play. No, that was an excellent play by Jameis, by Njoku making the adjustment. But overall, the boy Elliott was balling today. Go watch the game again if you don't believe me. Deshaun Elliott, round of applause to him, man. Round of applause. Yeah, Walter, it might have been a dumb play by the Browns, but I'm not taking anything away from Landon Roberts. You still got to make the play. Good for him having the wherewithal to shoot the gap and know what was coming and make the play and make it efficiently. Oh, Rams 38, Bills 35. Wow. They putting up points like that. I'm almost mad that I'm keeping myself from watching it. Let me hurry up and get through this, guy, so I can watch a little more of that. Definitely going to watch that game tonight. Should be a good one. Let's see what else I got on the defense. One other thing I wrote. Kick coverage gave up a big return in that third quarter. Did not like that, man. Kind of put the Browns in position to, work their way back in the game. So we got to do better with that. Special teams has been pretty solid, this season. Ain't much you can complain about, but, I got to write that down. In moments like that, you cannot give up a big return because, again, you let teams back in the game. And luckily enough, it didn't cost us too much. We still did what we had to do. Listen, you only surrendered 14 points in the NFL. That's an outstanding job. I don't care what anybody says. I know people are going to nitpick and they're going to find stuff. And it is what it is. But yeah, Walter says, kind of disagree on the touchdown, Sim. Elliott bit on the underneath and didn't really recover on the TD. Okay, I'll have to watch that on the film. I'll have to watch that. I didn't really see, like I said, I skimmed through the game and I didn't even watch like replays. They might have highlighted it on the telecast, but I didn't watch that. I was just skipping plays, so I'll have to see that on the film and see what may have happened there. But again, even if he gave up that touchdown, I'm not taking anything, absolutely nothing away. I keep hitting the mic. My fault, guys. Not taking nothing away from Deshaun Elliott and how he played. You're going to give up plays here and there. But the boy was out there cooking today. Played great football. Let's get to the offense really quick. Quick recaps I had. We still taking deep shots on 3rd and short. What's going on with that? What's going on with that? And here's a quick nitpick. If you guys watched the Hard Knocks, do y'all remember that part when Mike Hilton said something to the effect of, I think it was Mike Hilton, but somebody said something to the effect of, yo, that's Mike Tomlin. Like a lot of times he wants to go for the kill. That was some information that we learned. So I got to put that on Mike T. So if Mike T is calling that, and I wouldn't say it's all the time, but I got to put him in the mix now because Mike Hilton said that. So I got to blame Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, and I don't know if you blame Russ or not, but it's kind of like, guys, we got to stop doing that. Take the dump down. Don't just take the shot just because. So again, Tomlin, I hope you're not making that call all the time. And if you are, please stop. Arthur Smith, the times that you're calling it without the supervision of Tomlin, please stop. And Russell Wilson, if you have the liberty to take the shot or dump it down, please dump it down. On these 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, I understand how you feel. If I get a matchup, I'm going to take it. But sometimes you got to keep the offense going, convert, and then let's reset with 3 more downs. So I'm putting all 3 of those folks in that mix. Got to stop doing that. Offense wasn't as fluid as last week. It wasn't. We got going a bit in the second half. It was good to see that, but it just didn't have the same fluidity, right? I didn't feel watching the game, even though I knew the outcome of the game before I watched it, right? Because y'all know I watched it after. I just didn't feel early on in the game. It just didn't feel like the offense was flowing. I don't know if that was us or the defense or what. So I just wrote, didn't have the same fluidity. Listen, we still put up 27. I told you that sweet spot for the Steelers is 21 to 24 points. You put up 27, that's cool. That's cool. But just didn't feel as fluid as it did last week. I felt like playing Cincinnati. There was a point where I felt like they couldn't stop us. Did not feel that today against the Browns. Jaylen Warren, man, was effective almost every time he touched the ball, wasn't he? One of them times, Russell almost got him killed on that quick smoke route. But that boy was effective every time he touched the ball, it seemed like. So it was good to see Jaylen Warren getting back into the mix and being a part of the mix more. Thank you, Arthur Smith, for doing that. And then also, I wanted to outline and shout out this guy, man. Scotty Miller made a big catch in the fourth quarter as well. Good to see guys like Scotty Miller get some opportunity in the absence of George Pickens. And that's where I will wrap up. George Pickens, the absence of George Pickens was out there, clearly. You could feel it significantly. And I also wrote that Arthur Smith kept the same offense. I was thinking maybe in the pregame video, I said, hey, maybe he does some mixing it up because George ain't out there. But he played the same style of offense. Taking shots downfield, trying to get a 50-50 ball. It was the same. So it's just Arthur Smith's offense, and we got to live with it. But you can clearly see and you can feel the absence of George Pickens. But it was good for them other guys to get out there, man, and contribute. So maybe now we got some confidence going into these other games. Again, we need to get guys on the field like Mike Williams along with George Pickens, along with Calvin Austin. Gotta be able to be comfortable in that 11 personnel, man, as we continue down this road. Shout outs to my good brother Walter Worthy, man. Appreciate that Wonder Bread. Yeah. I'm right there with Walter, man. People always want to compare the guys. He says, instead of chirping about who's the better back, I'm just going to appreciate the wealth of riches we have in the backfield. Love Warren getting more touches. And that's what it's all about. I never understood some of you guys that was all kept saying that early. I remember y'all. I could call y'all by name because, again, I've been blessed with a photographic memory. I remember some of these people right in here tonight. Oh, man, they should start Warren. Najee Harris sucks. Blah, blah, blah. I remember that. And I remember me saying, no, you need both. If anything, Jaylen Warren just needs more touches, but you need that compliment. Najee is the finisher. Najee cooks when they put him in the right position. Najee wears the defense down. Jaylen Warren is a different animal. That quick hitter. That decisive one cut back. It's north and south. He hits it quicker. You need that, that contrast of back. Like, why would y'all just want to limit? I never understand why you want to do that. It's weird. You need the two. Walter said he's talking about him chirping. It's all good, Walter. Look, man. We all family. We all have been pounding the table for stuff. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you saying that. It's all good, but it's a true statement for you and us all, or anybody else who felt like that. Like, why did we keep doing it? We need both of these guys. But shout out to Walter, man, for keeping it a buck with us. That's why I love y'all, man. Y'all like family, man. I swear. What else did I have? I don't think I had nothing else, guys. I think those were my takeaways, and I do want to spend a few moments in here with the chat with you guys. Where we at? About 39 minutes. My only thing else I would say, man, is good to get that 10th win. Looking at the playoff picture, kind of who's in and who's out, who's in the hunt. I think 10 wins gets it done. This puts us essentially now 2 games ahead of the Ravens with already having a win against them. It could go the Ravens' way when we go there. So we definitely needed to get this win now. Who knows how it will go against Philadelphia? It's funny to see that they barely beat the Panthers any given Sunday, folks. But who knows? We'll see how that game goes. But I'm looking at the Steelers finding a way to get at least one more game out of these last ones, right? And if you get to 11 wins, then I do feel like 11 will be enough to win the division. I have a feeling that the Ravens, I don't know the rest of their schedule, but I have a feeling that the Ravens will drop another game at some point. So Steelers are on the right track. But either way, I think even where they're sitting right now, I think even if for some crazy reason they ended up 10-7, they probably still make the playoffs somehow, just kind of looking at the picture. I think a lot of those teams will win another game, lose another game or two, and it'll balance itself out. But we don't want to think like that. We want to think week to week. Right now, listen, a lot of even commentators are saying this looks like a Super Bowl team. I'm not going to go that far, but I will go as far as saying, hey, man, the Steelers have shown that they can win multiple ways. The only thing that still concerns me, though, is I do think that we leak a little bit on defense at times. Yes, we only surrendered 14 points, but I still feel like, you know, we're there for the big play at times, and you just got to be careful with that with certain teams. However, if the Steelers can be a team that can constantly score, right? If we can stay in this range where we are right now, like right now, we roughly averaging about 27 points. If we can continue to do that, I do think we can play with most teams in the NFL. I do. There are some teams I look at that scares me. Maybe one or two in the NFC, a couple in the AFC, of course. But I'm not going to sit here anymore and say that we can't play with these teams because we're showing it. My gut is still telling me I think we give Kansas City a run for their money on Christmas. Might win that. You know, I'll watch the game tonight and see how KC looks against the Chargers, but Kansas City doesn't look powerful to me no more. Right now, to me, the Bills look like the team with the most firepower today in the AFC if I'm looking outside of the Steelers. The Bills are the team that is looking like they have more firepower. But I will say this, speaking of the Bills who are playing right now, very similar to what I felt about the Ravens and the Bengals. Rams done put 38 points up on them, so they can be scored on. So you see what I'm saying? Any team can lose. So it is going to be a very interesting playoffs. But like I said, man, I'm not thinking that way. We'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see what happens. Other than that, let's see what y'all got. Give me. I'll give you a few minutes. What y'all got in the chat? I'll give y'all a few minutes. Oh, we got some Wonder Bread. Round of applause. Thank you so much, brother man, to you. He says our next 3 games are in 11 days, so figure what up with that. It happens, guys. Somebody's always going to get the short end of the stick in scheduling. We're not the only team. But yeah, we got Philly. Then we got to turn around and play. When? Hold on. We got to go to the Ravens. Then we play on a Saturday, right? And then we got to turn around and play Kansas City on Christmas. But that's just how it goes. You know, I'm not going to cry about that, but I feel your concern. But it happens, guys. You know, it happens. There's other teams that are caught up in that situation as well. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We have the Eagles on next Sunday at 4:25. We turn around and play the Ravens following Saturday at 4:30. And then we have the Chiefs on Christmas Day. And it is what it is. We're just going to have to be prepared and ready to go. You know, if you really look at it, yeah, the Ravens are on a bye. But it's a short week for the rest of these teams too. Like don't the Eagles have to play next week? So I think they're in the same category as far as the quick turnaround. Well, maybe not including the Christmas Day, but I think looks like the Chiefs would be in that same situation. Because I don't think Yeah, they've already had their bye. So the Chiefs are essentially in the same situation. So, you know. Dang, y'all said the Rams scored again, man. Let me look at this. Let me pull this up real quick. What else y'all got? 44-35. Look at that. Rams put up 44 points. See? So, touchdown in the court. Man, the dude I'm playing against in fantasy, I'm having a wonderful stat line, but this dude, he's blowing me out because he has Nakua. Guys, it's crazy how many points. This dude has 183 points. Nakua went off for him. Who else went off for him? I got Kyron Williams. He went off for me. Aduzier, I played him today. I played Shakira in the flex, so Shakira did his thing, but this dude just... Puka Nakua has 41 points for him. Carbonet for the Seattle has 38 points for him. Josh Allen has 43 points. So I knew I definitely wasn't going to win this one. Looking at how it played out today. What else y'all got? Give me a few more Steeler-related things. Questions, concerns, comments, whatever. Baltimore's playing on Christmas also, so it's fair. Yeah. You're right, Mark. Like, other teams are being affected as well. So I'm never going to try to use those things as excuses. Lanisha says, I think I'm the only person in the chat that is not a Bills fan. Let's see what else y'all got. Chiefs only have 2. We have 3. Brother, man, don't cry about that. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't matter. Ain't nothing we can do about it, man. And like Mark said, the Ravens, I mean, maybe it's not exactly 1-for-1 with us, but it's the same. It is what it is, man. And I don't even care. If the team is healthy, I don't care. Sometimes keep playing, stay hot. I mean, I don't know. I know people, dude, I'm not saying it literally. I'm just saying it ain't nothing we can do about it. So it doesn't really matter. We can state that, but so, I mean, I don't think it's intentional. I know people have conspiracy theories. I don't think it's intentional. So I'm just saying I don't worry about those type of things. What else y'all got? Lawrence says, we have the best special teams in the league. If our DBs can communicate with consistency, we can beat anyone. I'm starting to believe that, man. I'm starting to believe that we can play with anybody. The Bills give me a little eyebrow raise because, we usually have trouble containing guys like a Josh Allen. But, yeah. Mr. Steeler fan says, I would rather beat KC in the postseason. Okay. I'd rather beat them both times. I feel what you're saying, though. But what we definitely want to try to do, man, if we can, we need to at least get a home playoff game. I think that would behoove the Steelers to play at home. So if we can somehow, man, if we can get the division, man, I think we're in good shape. Walter says, are we only hot needs? He says, are our only hot reads are fly routes on the sideline? I tell you, it seemed that way, don't it? It seems that way. Afro says, Sim, give a call to Mel Blount to speak with number 24 on how he adjusted to playing DB before and after the Mel Blount rule. Yeah, he needs something. Steel City says he wants Baltimore in at home. We kind of know those guys, but I'd be very leery when we play people 3 times. I mean, we did do that to Baltimore back in the day, but we don't want to press our luck. Master Music says, Sim, sometimes I feel like Austin just puts guys out there on the field and hopes for a splash. Yeah, man, I just don't like the way we play zone. That's all. I just don't like the way some of our guys play it. It's too loose. Very loose. I agree with Anthony. Bills are the team to beat right now. Listen, because they're losing tonight, Don't get caught up. Don't get lulled to sleep by that, guys. Again, football is any given Sunday. The Bills are still the Bills. There's no undefeated team right now, right? So everybody is going to lose at some point. So don't get, because I know some people probably watching this game. See, the Bills ain't that. See, I ain't scared. They can't beat us. Yeah, all right. You okay? Don't look at it one game at a time. Look at the whole totality. Bills are still fine. The Bills right now is still the team to beat today, in my opinion. I think the Steelers are making a case of being the team that you might not want to fool with. You might not want to play the Steelers because the Steelers have shown, surprisingly, in some of these games, they could turn up. They could pull it out. They could be clutch. So the Steelers is starting to be a scary team for a lot. So, Jordan says, thoughts with number 24 this season overall. Overall, he has been JPJ. In the last couple of weeks, he has been reduced to number 24. But I think overall, he hasn't had a bad season. He's played some solid games this year. My thoughts on players is fluid. Like weekly, I can change my opinion on how they play. But if I had to be honest, he's been JPJ for the season. It's just these last couple of weeks where I've taken his name from him. Kenya said there is an undefeated team, and it's called the Oregon Ducks. Just a few more moments, guys, then I'm going to bounce up out of here. What's up, Ali? He says, Sim, remember we have some rooks playing significant minutes on D. That cuts down a lot of exotic looks that Austin likes to run. Well, who are the rookies that would affect the exotic looks? Put a little more meat on that bone, Ali. Because we don't have many rookies in the secondary. I mean, we got Beanie Bishop, right? But if you notice, Cam Sutton has been coming in more so for Bishop in traditional nickel package. But who are the rookies that would prevent an exotic look? Because I think when most people think of exotic look, you're talking about on the back end, not so much the front end, but even on the front end, who's the rookie? I mean, the only guys out there that are early in the career is Peyton Wilson, Beanie Bishop. Yeah, that's it. Oh, Lawrence just said it. That's it. But I don't think that keeps you from doing that. If you understand what I'm saying, I don't think Bishop and Wilson would keep you from throwing an exotic look out there if you wanted to, right? Because you could tame Wilson and saying, okay, this is what I need you to do here. The secondary is really where a lot of the disguise come from. Unless you're doing like a zone blitz or something like that, and like sometimes you would drop TJ or somebody in coverage. But the position in which Wilson is playing, I don't think that much is affected. It's just Bishop. So you could get away with that by playing guys like Cam Sutton in place of Bishop. And I agree with Walter as well. Bishop had a rough day, man. Bishop, it looked like a real rough time for him when it's a one-on-one tackle situation too. But yeah. But I won't say that you're wrong, Ali. I'm just saying I think there's ways that the Steelers could still be exotic, even having Wilson and Bishop, just two guys. You understand what I'm saying? What? Shakira just did what? Just drew a PI? What's going on? Somebody said the Rams choked. Is it still 44-35? But what else y'all got, guys? We've made it to almost an hour. 44-35. 9-point game. They should be able to put this away. I think that's it. Still City says, people forget we didn't even have Pickens today. I'll take 27 without our best receiver all day. I ain't gonna lie with you there. I ain't gonna lie and say that, yeah, and that's you are absolutely correct. Hey, I'll take that all day, brother. All day. All day. But all right, man, let's get out of here. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Close this one out. Great win by the Pittsburgh Steelers, boy. It does feel good to be 10-3 at this point of the season with games still ahead of us. Feels good. And again, you know, I'm going to say this each and every week just to pick fun at those who just feel like our coaching staff is inept. Did Tomlin have the players ready to play today? Because I never hear anybody say that when we win. We only hear that in a loss. When the Steelers lose, Tomlin and the coaching staff didn't have them ready to play. But when they win, nobody ever says Tomlin and the coaching staff had them ready to play. Go figure. But all right, guys, we're going to get out of here, man. Y'all know the routine. If you haven't already, boom, boom, boom. 3 things. Well, 4 things. But these 3 right here. Subscribe, hit the like button. Once you're subscribed, turn on your notifications. 4th thing, share this stream. Please. Why wouldn't you? If you like it and you know other people who are Steelers fans, or hey, if you just like other people who like Steelers content, why wouldn't you share it? Huh? Why wouldn't you? And then outside of that, I'm always going to tell you wonderful people, man, hey, hold on. All right, here we go. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. And like always, I appreciate you all. I shall see you in the next one. And the next one in this case should be Tuesday for Terrible Towel Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on the SimFBallCritic channel. Y'all be good. Peace.